We're now just going to go through a 6th grade number sense question. We're going to go through about maybe 10 to 20 of them and just kind of give you an idea of some things that kids might see on tests. So this one here, they ask us to complete the ratio to form a proportion. So we have 3 over something and 15 over 25. If we look at it, we know that 15 out of 25, that is 3 parts of the 15 are in 3 parts of 5 are in 15. So we want to know how many parts of 5 are in 25, and that answer would be 5. For the second one, we have -3, and we're adding 4. So if we were on a number line, and we were at -3, and we were going forward 4, we know that each jump would represent 1, so that would be 1, 2, 3, and 4. We would end up at 1. Here we have -15, and we're going to add -4. So I'd be at -15 on my number line, and I want to go backwards 4. So I'd count backwards from 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, and end up at -19. -9 minus 6. I'm at -9, and I want to go backwards 6. So I count from 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and I'm at -15. Number 5, I'm at -23, and they want me to count backwards 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. -28. For 8 minus -3. This is where kids have to understand that 2 negatives will make a positive. So minus negative becomes 8 plus 3, ultimately. So I know that if I have 8, and still using the number line, which you don't need to, but in this case, just to help them understand why it's working that way, I'm going to add 3. 1, 2, 3. That would be at 11. Here we have a circle graph. They want to know what percent of students' jobs is not in restaurants. Well, if I look at retail, that's not a restaurant, so that's 25. If I look at auto, that's not a restaurant, so that's 10. If I look at other, that's not a restaurant, that would be 20. I add all of that up, that'll tell me the number of students, percent of students that don't have jobs in the restaurant industry. So I have 5, 2 and 1 is 3, plus 2 more is also 5, which would give me 55%. Number 8, I'm looking at a table that has a pattern. They want to know what's the rule for this function table that's going on here. So I would set this one up by thinking in what numbers, when I plug in x for a number, for example 2, which ones will give me 3 for my y output. So if I put in 2 right here, and I said 1/2, times 2, which would be 2 over 1, plus 1, I want to know, would that equal 3? So I know 1/2 times 2 over 1 is really going to cancel out and just be 1, because I have 1 times 2 is 2, and 2 times 1, which is 2. And so that's 2 over 2 plus 1. 2 over 2 is 1, plus 1 would be 2. So that one would not work, and that cancels A out as a possibility for me. If I look at 2, the second one, which is B, so I have 2, I'll label these so you can see them a little bit clearly. 2 times 2 minus 1. Well, that gives me, and I want 3 as my answer. 2 times 2 is 4, minus 1 is indeed 3. That checks out for that one. Let's see if it works for any others. So 3 and 5. 2, I want 5 as my answer. 2 times 3 minus 1. 2 times 3 is 6, minus 1 is 5. That one also checks out. Let's try one more just to be safe. We'll move on to the 7 and 13. So I have 2 times 7 minus 1 should equal 13. 2 times 7 is 14, minus 1 is indeed 13. So that tells me that B should be my correct answer. They want us to use the table below again and find the value of y for when x is 9. So if x is 9, and we're thinking about our equation from before, because this table is the same as the one before, I know I have 9 times 2 minus 1. 9 times 2 is 18, minus 1 would be 17. So D would be our correct answer there. For number 10, triangle ABC, which is right here, is similar to triangle XYZ, which is this one right here. If the measure of angle B is 60 degrees, this measure of this angle right here, what is the measure of angle Y? This is the same angle on that same triangle, a similar triangle they say. That means that my angle should be the same. So if it's 60 degrees in B, then it should also be 60 degrees in Y. Number 11. A model airplane is 6 centimeters long. The scale of the model is 1 centimeter to every 3.3 meters. How long is the actual airplane? Well, this is just going to be a scale. So I know that I have 1 centimeter is equal to 3.3. And I have 6 of these centimeters now. I want to know how many meters is that one going to be. Well, each one is 3.3, so that means I want to take 3.3 and find out how many 6 of those would be. So 3 times 6 is 18. 3 times 6 again is 18, plus 1 is 19. I bring down my decimal, because I have one number to the right of the decimal in my problem. That means I have one number to the right of the decimal in my answer, and this is meters. So 19.8 meters. We will continue going over this tonight. If you have more questions or would like to just see a few more, and I'm looking forward to helping you understand a little bit better how we do things here in 6th grade. Thank you and have a great evening.